until you fix it up there, those kids are still going to be left out, which is defeating the purpose of what you're saying you're trying to do it for in the first place.
100%. So are we guaranteeing we're going to put a charter school up there for them?
I mean, they may,
Yeah,
but how successful is that going to be?
Yeah.
How many teachers do you know of that are going to be flooding in the Mississippi Delta to do education in one of those counties, Bolivar County? I mean, who's moving to Bolivar County to educate kids?
Not Clay.
Not Jamie either, sir.
I mean, look, it ain't on my resume anyway. But look, this is we have a lot of teachers that listen to this show, and there's a lot more conservative teachers in this state than people think. I get to meet a lot of them. They introduce themselves to me, and I just want to, like, my thing about teachers is this. I think y'all are doing the Lord's work usually. Now, there's some bad ones in your ranks. There's some evil ones in your ranks, but that's with anything, right? Dancing TikTok nurses and, liberal school teachers and whatnot. Jamie, the school, how do I say this? Teacher pay. I was talking with somebody about this yesterday. Teacher pay seems to always be at the top of every argument. And I was just thinking about this. Man, if you really want a good paying job, you probably just don't need to be a teacher. I mean, like a high-end paying job. And hear me out on this. Even if you get into it and you're like, well, pay will increase. Well, let's just say it doubles within the span of you being a teacher. Is that still really worth, if you're talking about from a financial benefit, is that still really worth going and having to get that college degree, potentially that master's degree, and take on the debt that comes with that to go make what teachers make so you can get into PERS? I don't know. Is that the long play? Is that a good idea?
Well, like I said, I got in back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And was it a good financial play? The reason I got out of education was two reasons. And I think I've shared this with you before. When I was a principal at Warren Central, we lost 5 kids in 5 car accidents in 5 months.
Byram was similar to that in the 90s when I was there.